this is going to turn into a very intimate affair this morning. I think we, first of all, we have to thank him for allowing us to have some space. This is the first time they have organized a conference where they've allowed the affiliate forum to have a speaking spot, and we hope next year the room will be more crowded. We'll publicize it a little bit more, but we really do appreciate everybody making the effort on a Sunday morning of hymns in Florida with 80-degree weather. That's what we're competing with. We're competing with tan lines, I think. First of all, I'd like to just kind of do some of the high-level, what I call almost housekeeping things. One, it's nice to see a lot of familiar faces, and to talk a little bit about what the affiliate forum. The affiliate forum is a direct relationship to the IHTSDO, reporting it to the members, and our role and responsibility is to ensure that the interest of people who actually use SNOMED or want to use SNOMED have a way of finding out how to get licenses, how to learn what the experiences are, and to ensure that they are having what we call a learning experience, because SNOMED is a growing terminology that's growing both, not just domestically here in the U.S., but worldwide. And the implementation, as I've been coined using the phrase, we're trying to go from excusability to usability. People have talked about SNOMED for a very long time. I know that puts a frown on some people's faces, but we really want to put the challenge. As the affiliate forum, we want organizations to use SNOMED. We want them to be able to see the value of SNOMED, and we just can't talk about it. So one of the goals of the affiliate forum over the next couple of years is to ensure how we are working with the interoperability organizations, how the vendors can share their experiences, etc. And obviously, who should join the affiliate forum? Everybody. You're entitled, thanks to the government of the United States, Vivian and her organization, which she'll be here to participate. It's free. You know, it doesn't get any better than free. But sometimes free has its challenges. But in the case here, the NLM is an outstanding partner. They have some unbelievable tools that they make available in conjunction with the IHTSDO. But I don't want to take anybody's thunder away. I'm very, very pleased by the panel we have here today. I'm not part of that illustrious group, but I'll just kind of shout them out, and I think they'll come and talk. One, we have the new CEO of the IHTSDO, Eric Slot, and we have Moon-Hee Lee from Kaiser Permanente, Vivian, all from the National Library, and Floyd, where are you? There you are. Floyd Eisenberg from the National Quality Forum. So we have a very wide smattering. The concept here today was to give all of you an idea of what the forum's capabilities are, one, but also how you can access SNOMED, how people at Kaiser are donating extraordinarily valuable assets to the usability of SNOMED, as Floyd will talk a lot about the quality measures and how it associates with standards. So I'm going to turn it over to Jan-Eric to take the floor. Thank you. I just realized I'm not even wearing a jacket. That's how informal this is. So I apologize.
Being Sunday.
That's it. I think I'll say that.
Well, you're not wearing the jacket, I'm not wearing the tie. So.
Yeah. You want the tie?
Well, good morning, everybody again. And again, of course, warm welcome for being on a Sunday morning here in Marc. I had to switch this, or?
Yeah, you can switch it. That's right.
Okay, second one. Sorry about that. Slide duplication, the names again, but I really wanted it as a second slide because it will give the bridge to a few things I'm going to say about the organization behind SNOMED and the different groups that are participating in it and using it and are going to speak to you after my presentation. The form that the organization has taken is that it's located in Copenhagen as a Danish organization, not for profit obviously. The main thing is in 2007 they acquired the rights to SNOMED worldwide. And the IHTSDO, as it's called, the International Health Terminology Standards Development Organization, was started by 9 countries, the initial members. And since in 2007 the 9 members started, another additional 6 countries joined. This is the objective, the purpose, managing the standard, make sure it's developed and maintained and being used. And again, back to the members. Members are countries. They have a prominent role on steering the organization, where it goes. So there's a governance institute, and there's articles of association that describe how things are handled. It's a bit like members in the United Nations. So the highest organ of the IHTSDO is the General Assembly. Below that there's a management board trying to do the more technical and operational things, and obviously there's a support staff based in Copenhagen, as well as officers based over many countries in the world, trying to make that work. The last 6 countries are listed there. This is the basic picture how it looks on top of the General Assembly. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I'm really interested in the 3 presentations after me. They're going to take about 15 minutes each. After that there will be a few minutes for a question and answers session. Sorry. Very important mechanism that the IHTSDO and the members work in is that there's a lot of volunteers working on the standard. And how do you organize something like that? It's basically about 2 sorts of things. It's about working groups and about special interest groups. The working groups are really task focused, and the special interest groups are more about a profession, for instance. There's some examples like nursing or special technology like mapping. SNOAD as a standard is obviously in a big ecosystem of standards around the world. So there's a lot of activities that try to harmonize that, and there's several reasons for doing that. Sometimes it's about avoiding duplication of effort, of doing things. Sometimes it's because they're standards of totally different natures. It's apples and pears, but they will have to work together. So the harmonization wants to make a very functionable and functioning ecosystem out of this. So there's a couple of the organizations that we work closely with are listed here. We can talk about it in the Q&A if there's specific questions on the status of some things, but an important one is, of course, working with the Kaiser Permanente now that has done a lot of work on the CMT, and that will be the presentation of Moni. So, member countries, I'll skip this one. It's basically about how we do things, and I do think we are recognized as having a governance in place that is very robust and helpful in doing the right things. It involves all the countries, the members, but it does involve also the clinicians and the people that are really at the heart of using these things. What's the purpose? Just in general terms, of course it has a big role in health records, in make sure that it's not just about sharing data and exchanging fields, but it's actually about meaning, and the other party that receives data is actually understanding what was meant in the original record. So it's interchange of clinical data, it's semantic interoperability, so the meaning and not just the technical side of it. But it does play a role in public health reporting as well, because it makes larger groups of different institutions more transparent for comparison. So analysis and aggregation is part of that. Requirements, I'm going to skip on that because I'm sure that the talks after me will have some more detail on that as well. See that the last slide, there's a small part missing, but I'll get back to you on that during the session at the end. But this should be the next slide, the first slide for Vivian. So please.